Hey traders, welcome to the stream. Good to see y'all. New year and second stream of the year. And it's going live early. I got something going on a little later. Waiting on the some other stuff because I put in that offer on this penthouse down here and got countered this morning. But since it is a holiday, people I need to do stuff for me are like, they were busy and whatever. So hopefully nearing a resolution where maybe it happens where I get this property and then yeah, that'd be great. But here's Bitcoin on the daily, up 0.65%, nothing burger. I mean, compared to all the other days since the 17th of December, it's highest level we've seen since the 27th. Wow, man, this kind of a dead market, but at least the selling's kind of stopped for now until stocks open back up tomorrow. And some interesting developments across the crypto sphere where we knew there were a handful of few ones that were showing kind of the variables you look for if you want to swing trade or take a shot at a low risk area, strategic area. We'll look at those. XRP, that at the end of the stream yesterday was getting destroyed, was down like 10% at its lows. It seemed like it might have been a bear trap, and you are very much above that key support that you broke yesterday, or you were breaking yesterday. So maybe by the close today, it'll be confirmed. A false bearish breakdown might have consequences because it's the second failed attempt by bears to break that 32.5 cent area. So we'll look at it. Okay. Not even really looking at the 4 hour much anymore. I mean, just like look at it, man. It's just dead. It's sideways. On this one anyway. Let's see, one low. You got the second low. It's exactly the same low. I mean, just about. And you do have higher levels of RSI, so maybe there's some 4 hour divergence, but dead middle of a trading range. So it's not at a key inflection point right now. It's just not. Some altcoins are, and that's cool, but Bitcoin's really just kind of sideways, not at an area of inflection where one could really easily strategize an entry, stop loss, and take profits for a 3-to-1 reward to risk. Okay, Ethereum doing something pretty interesting. Very much sideways in its range, right? Very much. It's not even the 4 hour where it's interesting. So coin flip here, but daily is interesting because look at this. Look what's happened. All right, the downtrend you've been in for over a year now. You're outside of it. You've broken back out. It's like Breaking Bad, but breaking back out. Okay, after the tweezer top failure. And so now you're just testing 1223 again. You did that earlier. If you break that, very big consequence could happen. Could be trying to, look, man, you put in your lows in June. You put in a couple local higher lows in July than the first low. And then the big sell-off happens in November. And those two lows were higher than the previous lows from July, which were higher than the previous low from June. And now you maybe are putting in another low. This is all happening at an 85% retrace from the previous low to the summertime high. We love 886s. Wish we would have seen an 886, which was around 1,020, but you just didn't get there. And so that's where we are on it. Not like the craziest looking setup or anything, but I do like that it's not in the bearish control zone. It, in fact, market participants defended 40, the threshold, and it's like, hey, we are not in the bearish control zone. We're above it. We're holding neutral for now, which is great. I wonder if that will have consequences. Supply line break, constant higher lows. It's still below the level you need to be above, but you're hugging it right now. You are testing it. I mean, as I'm speaking to you, pretty much, right there, the January 2018 peak. Okay, Santa Claus still doing his thing. Okay, great. BNB, not really one that is amazing or anything. Selling off yesterday. It's just sideways, man. Been sideways since the 18th after reacting very well off a key inflection point. Not really at a great area for, your fresh long. Again, I think there are others that we've gone over that I'll continue to go over on this stream to show you which ones are better. And because that's just, it's like it's traditional technical analysis, man, with a kind of a formula or a system that doesn't really change much. BNB, BTC, Ethereum don't really have like the crazy ones, but again, some of the altcoins do. Those are your big three. Not much change today. BNB doing nothing. So BNB, and then it's kind of interesting. Was it number 4 would be XRP, which is very important. What's going on this one, dude? This is like a bear trap, if I've ever seen one. A bear trap, buyers defending that level, man. It was at 30 cents when I was ending my stream yesterday. And off that low, my God. Off the low, it's up 17%. Can you believe that? That's freaking crazy. Oh, and by the way, is audio good? Because I don't want to get too far into the stream without asking, you know. Hey, what's up, James Duffy, man? Audio's okay. Awesome. I just need to know this. You know, I can't trust it, dude. I end up trusting technology, and all of a sudden, the stream's ruined because I didn't ask y'all if it was good. So, bullish divergence, the second low, the bear trap, above support, sellers. I mean, they tried. They just tried really bad. I mean, liquidity grab maybe. I don't know, right? All I know is the level was defended pretty dramatically. A 17% dramatic event just occurred. So I wonder if the consequences will occur. Looking at XRP on the weekly, the idea here, the fundamental idea of buying low, you're at it. You're still at that, right? We're a global 886 from your COVID crash low to the highest high after the COVID crash low. This 32.5 cent level that is a support resistance is confluent with an 88.6% retrace, the deepest fib node, right? So if buyers are defending it again on the weekly, I know it's just like, holy crap, how long, man? Since May, sellers been trying to break it. And they tried one more time yesterday and they failed. And you're back above it. So anytime you're at a global 88% retrace, there's like just nothing wrong with wanting to take a shot there. Because if not at an 88% retrace, on potentially like one low and then a rally, and then maybe the second low is getting put in and it's visible and discernible on the weekly. If not there, then you never take a long anywhere. You might buy when it's at highest high of levels. So I just digress to say that this is a level. This is a good level. It's lowest risk area, I think, and that's what we know about history. Assets to do that. So when an asset is at that global 886 and it's doing stuff like this on the daily, that's an identifiable, recognizable pattern that completed, and now it's possibly the second time. So at the same time, if you fall back below 32.5 cents, you know 24.7 cents is probably coming in time. It's just, that's where we thought it might be going, but nope, buyers defended. Very, very interesting. Okay, that's XRP, and then we can look at, those are the big four. I think Matic maybe next. Matic, everything's kind of rallying off the lows today because Bitcoin went up somewhat, so altcoins are going up too. Okay, figured maybe 72.69 cents. This is a large market cap asset, that's why I'm looking at it. Great. These would be your lowest risk areas if you wanted to trade along. You're just not quite there. There's not any sort of like formal M shape, so it's just kind of throw it in the basket of okay, great, man. Just another crypto that's not showing us everything we covet and desire. Let's go to Dogecoin. Up 2.5%. I'll tell you this, man. Okay, I was like really, really trying here. 88% retrace. You know, it's funny. 86% retrace November 9th. 85.6, 86% retrace, November 21st. Look at this. 87% retrace, December 19th. But now, look. It's finally been achieved. It was officially achieved December 30th. And now you're rallying off of it, testing or getting close to testing the 200-day moving average. So I would say Dogecoin's not dead yet, man, right? It's not out. In fact, it may have just only become valid at a formal 88% retrace from the low to the high of the structure, right? So please pay attention. And 6.5 cents is also a very real level, or its peaks, a peak from March 2021, a valley from May of this year. It's been a peak from September all the way to October of this year, or I'm sorry, of last year. Wow, it's 2023, last year, not this year. It's 2023 now. So, wow. So what happens at these levels? You need to see a reaction. You actually need to see some real bids come in, because this is the magic spot. Whether it may not like play out, but this is the level we know that it happens all the time in history on all different markets. Doge, and then I guess what we'll do is, I'm running out of time. I may only be able to be live for the next 30 minutes or so. So let's just look at the ones that are doing some stuff that really caught my eye, that were kind of there, but they weren't really doing anything. How about Ethereum Classic, man? I mean, you tell me, and how you was jogging my memory on the other structure that had already completed in the summer. The bullish butterfly. What a reaction. And then all this time goes by, and then you create a new harmonic, but in reality, it's the type 2 return of the bullish butterfly that goes all, the genesis of that butterfly goes back to June of 2021. So these are massive structures. And like this, so this is the area where a 1414 fib extension, confluent with a 224, which that's a fib node. Okay, I love those numbers right there. And now you have to boot a completed bullish bat pattern at its 886 here. I mean, that's crazy. And what is it to boot? From November to now, bullish divergence on the daily on the MACD histogram, building positive Momo. So again, this doesn't mean it's certain it's going to play out. It just means, dang, man. I mean, like, what more could you ask for? And it's all happening like at a very deep retrace from the lowest low from 2019 COVID crash all the way to the high. I mean, this is it, man. These are like basement levels where this is developing. These are the areas where you want to be paying attention. You don't have to take action on it because the market's terrible. Stock market, oh God, it's just everything sucks, right? But if you're not going to take action, you better pay attention and watch so you can understand the things I'm trying to teach here. Pretty interesting argument, pretty strong argument for Ethereum Classic here, even though it could fail. I get it, man. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? It's like, FTM looks great, man. Well, I mean, like, relatively speaking. Excuse me, sorry. Still struggling from New Year's. My God, man, it's rough. That's just as impeccable almost, right? An impeccable argument with Fibonacci, right? Harmonics, deep value perceived areas. Okay, yeah. If you asked about FTM, we just look at it real quick. Okay, here it is, FTM. Well, we know like below 18.5 to 20 cents equals 5 cents. I get that. I understand that. And that's very well where it could end up later. Okay, later. But for now, what's happened is sellers in November attempted to break that support. There just weren't enough of them. The bids came in, a rally ensued, and now, since mid-December to recently, you sold off, and this level that was real from May of 2021, June of 2021, it has now become a support. It's even here locally, June of this year. So since the crash on December 16th, nothing, literally nothing until today. So breaking back away from the inflection point. And you got to wonder, spring back test of spring, the price action, or the volume, which take with a grain of salt, because this is just one exchange, but the volume checks out somewhat, where when you're springing, the action of the spring, the volume expands, and then on the back test of the spring, there's no volume. That's good. Low volume on spring back test is a key characteristic of a stronger argument for the test itself. So if it held and didn't just collapse because, Bitcoin and the macro, which we know is so awful, it is. But if this was real, I mean, the price target would be 29 cents, which from where it is right now, eventually could be 36%, 37% upside. Just if it was real, okay? You're so close to the level, it's somewhat easy to strategize stop losses, entries, and take profits, right? Yep, that's what TA is about, helping you manage your risk, mitigate your losses. Because history tells us this is a level where price action can occur if buyers successfully defend it. They're trying to right now. Oh, no, it is not raining in Miami. No. It's supposed to be like severe storms where I live, up in Birmingham, but tomorrow. So that's your FTM, man. Like, very interesting price action at interesting levels. There are others. Let's look at Litecoin, up 6.29%. Let's go, dude. As we had, there was some doom and gloom yesterday, across most markets with no price action, but Litecoin was not one. Litecoin was already doing stuff that was amazing. $66 was everything, is everything on this chart when you're near it. And as you'd sprung, you back tested the spring, and now look at the separation off the successful bullish back test of a level that historically breaking it April 2019 has consequences. Breaking it January 29th, 2020, consequence. Back testing it formally as support to November 2020, consequence, bullish consequence. And here we are. You broke it in November, and then the market participants, if you go back there at these levels, say, hey man, it would not be weird at all if market participants pushed the price down to $66 just to confirm the validity of that area as support now. And now the fact they have confirmed $66 as support, and that could have some real consequences. You won't believe it right now, but it could. This is great price action on an asset that bottomed out in June. Well, guess what, dude? It's January of a new year. Yep, Dove, you screwed up, man. I don't know. This trip was relatively spontaneous. It wasn't like, oh man, I'd been planning this trip for months, man. Oh, it was on the calendar. No, it was just kind of like, you know what? I think we're going to move to Miami. You know what? Let's just, instead of the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans, let's just go to Miami and shop for real estate. And I've done it. And now it's like we're in the heat of it. The negotiation phase, if you will. Okay, so Litecoin, man, $84 target right here. I mean, nothing makes sense, right? History tells us nothing till $84. If you break $84, well, there's a supply line of a channel, which again, I'm not really like. It's just a nuanced way of looking at it. I love the way the tests are on the top, bottom, and heart line. Resistance, 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 resistance. And now you're back above that heart line. So that just helps your argument that $84 seems like the next likely target for just a second test. If you ever broke it, I think 105 to 110 would be next on deck. History tells us, man. History, not all my feelings. Okay. You say summers suck in Miami. Dude, do you think summers in Birmingham, Alabama don't suck? Please answer that question. Okay, that's Litecoin. Interesting stuff on chain links, kind of, right? Look where you are, okay? If we're just talking about practicality of technical analysis, buy low, sell high. I'm just showing you. There's a rectangle here. Chain link has finally gotten to the bottom of it. Didn't quite touch it, but very close. And there is strong indication of seller exhaustion at the bottom of this rectangle. So what happens if buyers come in? They're trying to a little bit, but again, it's not a preliminary part of that rally that hasn't happened yet. You know, if the bullish divergence did play out, then you obviously have a target of 731 to 763. But somehow, some way, if it broke that inflection point from history, you got the top of the rectangle is 958. So I'm just showing you, right? It's certainly not a new setup, dude. This is a laptop that I've had since 2019. All of my traveling streams have been on it. And yeah, I mean, like when OBS is going, when all this stuff's happening, you get the noises. I can't really prevent that, so. Okay, chain link. Maybe at a buy low, sell high area, right? Buy low, sell high. Maybe not though. Maybe it just fails because Bitcoin sucks and stocks crash and okay, we're going to zero. Yep, everyone, the most anticipated recession of all time by far, thanks to how fast the rate of information is exchanged online, right? What else? While I can be here. Oh yeah, YFI. Oh, dude, we were here yesterday, right? Remember that time we looked at YFI yesterday and it was at the 886 and it's like, where are the bids? Where are the bids at the completion zone, pattern completion zone of the bullish Bartley-Gartley, right? At a minor low from July. Where are they? With the bullish divergence. Well, they just so happen to come in right at the pinpoint area. 200% retrace. Confluent with the 886, pretty cool too. And showing positive momentum today for the first time since December 12th. So over 2 weeks. How about that? Is that not magic? I mean, I don't know what to tell you, dude. That is like magical. For now, until, oh yeah, it fails and goes to zero. I get it, man. But like, right? I think that's pretty cool. Definite Jesus chimes for some sort of marginal reaction that yielded YFI up about 5% today. This is where it happens. Not the 786 really, not the 50%, not the 618. Nah, dude, the 886 completed M shape. I dig it, man. I dig it. We look at YFI. That's also interesting. Look what's happening. Okay. The bottom happened in June. Then 2 new lows came in July and September, and then it turned into an unbelievable, ridiculous run, and then a crash. But then the crash, hold on. Gosh dang it. My mortgage guy's calling. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so $1,200 and breaking back above the key level. I mean, this is very real. October 2020, December 2020, May of 2021, right? It was all-time supports, right? Then it became resistance in August and September of this year, and now you're breaking back above it. And this thing is so, like, clearly you can see what the target would be if this was happening where someone was accumulating this asset for the now fourth time. One valley, a second valley, a third valley. Now you're working on a fourth valley and breaking back above an inflection point. You understand how this thing could go up $117 faster than you could blink, because it's done it historically. And we love history because history can tell us what could happen in the future. Doesn't mean it's going to. It just gives us an indication. Better than nothing, dude. Right? Which is a lot of people's analysis. A lot of people are like, hey man, I just feel like Bitcoin 100K, man, or whatever. There's just no argument. Like, this is an argument contrived from identification of accumulation and inflection points from history and what happens at those inflection points when they hold, where they go after. Okay, 100+% upside on this asset, if you could even believe it. I really can't, but I get it, man. I get, like, wow, it would be insane. Okay, so have your alerts set up. If you're not going to do anything, you better watch, and you better not be, like, surprised or upset that it moons. Okay, this is the area where they moon. Always has been. And I just think that not just is it at the inflection point and above it, breaking back above it right now, I love the context of classic accumulation. More market participants involved with this asset than before. All right, YFII. Whew. Something interesting about XLM, breaking back above this one level. I mean, you got to pay attention to this stuff. This is like, I mean, I know, like, maybe that's why some people watch the stream, but look, 7 cents, 7.2 cents. Look what's happening at this level. You dumped. TA respected on the structure, right? That's 100% measured move playing out perfectly. What other TA was respected? It went straight down to what? Went straight down to the next level of inflection, where back in February 2019, this is exactly where a pivot happened and a massive rally. After massive selling, buyers defended this level. They did that. They're doing it right now. What happens in history when you break below it and then you break back above it? Straight up to 8.9 cents, straight down. Straight up to 8.9 cents, straight down. Straight up to 8.9 cents, straight down. 2019 multiple times, and then 2020, and then almost again in June of 2020, and then certainly in July of 2020. And then what happened? Look at the same level where we had identified back in 2020 a textbook bullish cipher with classic accumulation. Look at the back test of that same 2019 level. It was, you had the spring, the back test of spring, not once, but then twice. November 2020, and then bye-bye XLM. You were gone. So you're at that level, attempting to defend it right now. Buyers attempting to defend the level. Shut up, Santa. Okay, so just think, if it just does what history tells us it's done, from where it is right now, it could just maybe go up 20 to 22% from where it is right now, being up 2.2% on the day. That's it. That's all I'm trying to say. Does this make sense to people like actually watching 550 of y'all? Remember back when we had 1,000 viewers a day? I've lost like half my viewership. So sad, man. Because these are the levels. Man, I wish 1,000 people were watching today. Not where, when all this plays out, do you hear me? Look at my eyes. When all this plays out, and these coins off these inflection points start rallying and melting faces, 30% plus, and we get 1,000 viewers then. I wish I'd get 550 viewers then, and I'd get 1,000 viewers right now. But unfortunately, the other half of the viewers are going to be like, look, man, you'll be in here too. Like all 550, I'll be watching when these things pump, like for real, when they could pump. And you should just be like, the person to your left was the FOMO or scrub that didn't care about the market when it made sense to care about the market the most, to take action possibly. at the most strategic areas. There's going to be about half of y'all that are like, I'm a FOMO moon boy and I'm only here because of price action. Yeah, so y'all the smart ones in the room, okay? It's crazy, man. But that is why the composite operator, his system that's been in place since it was researched and identified in the 1920s will always be valid.
We out here. Great to see you making moves in Miami.
What's up, G-Dog? Thanks for the 420, dude. Is that a joint, man? Look at that. Is that a joint? So it's not just XLM that's doing something pretty interesting. With the other ones, not that many. Q&T, the bullish argument that's been here is still valid. Okay? Still a valid argument. It's not dead yet. Has $100 broken? No. Has the 88% retrace been violated? No. Is the uptrend still bullish? Remember, the bottom happened in June on this one. Only higher highs, higher lows. The trend reversed on Q&T, and the level from July 2021, and the respect of the level from February of last year, 2022, that's being regarded once as support and now twice. This, to me, still is probably the most specimen bullish setup in crypto. Litecoin's awesome too, potentially, right? But this right here has just got everything you could ever dream of for an argument for upside. Look at the Class B bullish divergence at the 886, the Type 2 return. It's perfect, dude. It's everything. All right, so it's up 3% today, but you see how close it is to virtually failing, right? Falling below $100, I think your argument just starts getting really weak for upside. But that hasn't happened yet, even though a few days ago it was right there, man. It was right at $100. Oh God. So the upside here, if this is a real Type 2 return.
Welcome to Miami, Mitch. Sorry the Dolphins suck now, but the weather is hot and the ladies are even hotter.
Chris in Miami. Thanks for the 20, dude. Miami sucks. Tua got concussed, glass cannon, but that's, we wore the same jersey, man, at one time, So I'm, and Waddle too. I'll support them, more than any other team. Well, there's Bama alums running it. So thank you, dude. All right, do you get me? Q&T still valid. The trade setup's not dead yet. It's alive and well. Just it is time though. What I'm saying is, if this is going to play out and you're going to go to 156, 205 and beyond in Moon, and the uptrend's going to continue, it's very soon. Resolution's coming, whether it fails or moons, it's coming. The stage is set, right? It's like Return of the King, man. Gandalf and Pippin are up there on the balcony staring, and they know the final battle for Middle-earth is about to begin. That's where we are on Q&T. Was there ever a hope? Only a fool's hope. Well, here's the fool's hope. OMG's trying to do something too, man. It's crazy. Look at it. All right, so this level, $101, right? Psychological master level of support, right? Big deal. It was one time, February 2019, it was support. And a massive rally occurred. It went insane. It over doubled. It almost tripled in value back in 2019 when buyers defended that level for the first time ever. And you can clearly see what happens when you break $1. You go straight up to 145, straight down, straight up, straight down, right? Only straight up, straight down. So that's what buyers are attempting to defend this level, and you have bullish divergence after crashing for an unlimited amount of time, right? Just forever. So I'm just telling you, OMG's out of support. I know it just made its lowest low. It's not a very good argument compared to others out there, a few others, right? But it is at a level, and you can't argue with that. That's real. God, man, bowl game's on. What am I doing? Was Tulane getting? Oh my God! How did I miss this freaking Rose Bowl or the Cotton Bowl? Excuse me. 46-48. Wow, Tulane's beating USC. Oh, Heisman, by the way. Duggan should have won, man. It was a ripoff. It was a scam. It was a West Coast scam. God. Okay, I gotta go though. Bitcoin is doing okay. Past 12 hours, nothing burger. Still a little elevated, but and these look Shiba, same thing. Shiba's the same. It's like this is not a dead argument. This argument's valid even though it's below a support, but this is the level, the bullish divergence, the second test. It's not over for Shiba. Do you get this? Could actually be exactly the bottom. It could be. It could be. I'm not kidding. All right. There are more. Join the Patreon or join the Citadel and Discord, the subscription. If you want more charts, they're in there. I post them like almost daily. A lot of them in there today. And that's how you support this channel. Okay, 100% crowdsourced. No ads, no affiliate marketing, no bull crap. Copyright music played for you. So I can't monetize on YouTube. Pay attention, man. These are here. These are happening. So I got to go. But enjoy your holiday. And I'll be back probably tomorrow. So some interesting stuff happening here. Until next time, respect the TA.